We are here today to talk about marketing. So, you may ask, what is marketing? Great question. Well, marketing is all of the activity used to get the product or the service from the producer to the consumer. Let's just break that down a little bit. Let's chop it up into individual pieces to help you understand it a little bit more. So when we say all of the activities, what are activities? Can you think of a few things that are activities as far as what a consumer or a customer, and there's a difference between the two, need to see that would make them desire a product or to make the product visible or the service visible to that consumer or that customer. So activities, let's talk about that. So when something is produced, let's say I'm making hair bows, and I always love to use that example. I can make hair bows, but there has to be something that happens between the time that I complete a hair bow and it gets to the person who's going to use the hair bow. So let's talk about what those activities may be. One, I need to advertise. So advertising goes on. It's one of those things that's a part of your promotional mix. I can do a fashion show. Maybe I can get someone to have someone who wears and promotes my hair bows. Maybe I can send a product to the news station and they want to talk about my hair bows. There's a lot of activities. There's promotion, there's advertising, that's sharing, putting it out there on social media and making it visible to the public, doing promos on social media. There's all sorts of things. I could go to a vendor event and set up and people find out about my hair bows from that event. I could do a lot of things. Activities. Activities are any and everything that the producer, which is the manufacturer, the designer, whoever is the person that creates the product or the service, any activity they do, that is what is included in that word activity. Now, let's talk about the producer. I already said that person could be a designer, it could be a manufacturer, it could be an individual. The producer is the person who actually creates the product or the service. So, like I said, I'm making hair bows. And if I make the hair bows, I am a designer, I am a creator, I am an entrepreneur, all of those things. So we've talked about the what activities are. We've talked about who the producer is. Let's talk about the consumer. Now, I said before that there's a difference between a customer and a consumer. Let's hear what you think is the difference between a customer and consumer. Let's think about it. All right, so now you've had an opportunity to discuss a little bit what you think the difference is between a customer and consumer. So I will tell you that a customer is a person who actually purchases the product. The customer does not have to be the consumer. They are the person who actually purchased the product or the service. Let's think about who could be a customer but not be a consumer. I like to use the example of a baby. A baby is not old enough to work. They have no understanding of things. They only live and exist to eat, sleep, and poop, right? Okay, so the baby doesn't know how to go and purchase anything. They don't even know what money is. All they know is they want to eat, and so they want milk. And so their parent or guardian has to be the person who purchases the formula, purchases the food, the diapers, all the things that they need. So their parent or guardian are the customers. The baby is the consumer, because the consumer is the person who uses the product or the service. And the customer could be the consumer if they actually use the products or services, But the customer doesn't have to be the consumer. The consumer is always the end user. So when we put that all together, so all the activities that are done to get the product or the service to the end user, the consumer. So that is a big open field of things. There is no limitations as to what type of marketing can be done to get the consumer to make a purchase or use a service. And that, my friends, is the definition of marketing.